Welcome back. On June 24th, 2016, our team had the pleasure of attending Open Iftar Toronto, an event by Ramadan Tent Project. What was it, you ask? Well, Ramadan Tent Project is a community-led initiative that connects the homeless and public at large, Muslims and non-Muslims, to break fast together in the heart of Toronto. With Open Iftar, organizers hope to bridge Toronto's various communities using the month of Ramadan as an avenue through which we can share stories, learn about each other, and listen to members of the larger community we are a part of. Join us now as we take you to the Open Iftar Initiative.
Welcome to Ramadan Tent Project Open Iftar! Clap, yes, all right. First annual Open Iftar. This is a historic moment. It's pretty awesome.
Honestly, I think it's one of the most exciting initiatives that I've had the honor to be part of in a while. A lot of diverse people coming together. It's very kind of easygoing environment for a good cause to feed people. And I think it's exactly what the beautiful city of Toronto needs and the Muslim community really needs to stand behind and participate in. So I'm excited, it's nice.
So this year we started with a fundraising campaign to raise enough money to host Ramadan Tent Project's Open Iftar once. And we managed to do that. What we want to do for next year is we want to have Open Iftar every single night of Ramadan. The main purpose with Ramadan Tent Project and Open Iftar is to be of service to our community. We're using the month of Ramadan as an excuse to meet, to talk, to get to know each other, and to also understand what the needs of our community is. And when I speak of community, I mean everyone who lives in this area, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, whether fasting or not fasting. We want to use the month of Ramadan as an opportunity to start to take care of our neighbors.
I think it's important for the city of Toronto because it's one of the most diverse cities in the world. And sometimes people are able to kind of stick within their own bubbles of what they're comfortable with. But even though we're diverse, it's beautiful to kind of have cross-pollination and for people to learn, particularly about Muslims, I think, in this very sensitive time. So to kind of get to know one another and to break bread together and to eat together. I think it's a very ancient way of learning about people, and it's something we should revive, and Toronto's the best city to do something like that in, I think.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, he taught us a really important lesson when it comes to the interconnectedness of human beings and the importance in taking care of one another and caring about one another. He said in a kind of long hadith, a long narration, that on the day of judgment, a person will be resurrected, and God the Exalted will talk to this person and say to them, "O human being, O son of Adam, O human being, I was sick and you did not visit me." And that person will say to God, "Oh God, how can I visit you when you're the Lord of the worlds? How could you ever be sick?" And then God says, "I had a servant of mine, so-and-so, who was sick and you did not visit them. And had you visited them, you would have found me with them." And that this shows us that as people of faith, that our faith is not just limited to prayer and devotional acts of worship, but it also influences the way that we treat one another.
For the community people who are celebrating fasting during Ramadan, it's an opportunity to come together with community. And some of us, I know, may not always have family around this time of year, and so to come together and be with the community at that time and to break the fast together, I think is a really wonderful thing. But also because it's happening in such a public space, such an open space and an accessible space like this means that other people in the community who may not be themselves fasting but can come and be part of Ramadan, can experience it, can be one with the whole broader community. And I think that's a very important thing at this time in our country, in our city.
You know, I'm extremely surprised at the amount of young people that are here. I think it's great. And I think they're the ones actually organizing most of the stuff, so it's fantastic. And what I like is that this gives an opportunity for everybody to learn about a different culture. And I think I tell my own community, and I tell many other communities that live here in Toronto, we have to learn to celebrate our religion, our heritage, our values, not only within ourselves, but with the community at large.
People, including people in this area right now, are still facing the scourge of racism and discrimination. And it's exactly these kinds of events that do a couple of things. One, it reminds us that we have an obligation, a responsibility, a commitment to help our neighbors.
As friends, as co-workers, as people living in a society together. And that's what Ramadan Project, the Ramadan Tent Project, is about. And why it's coming to this beautiful city of Toronto, so that we can revive that value and that principle of serving one another.
We're hoping that people would be inspired to get more involved in any sort of community outreach program or volunteering in general. I think it's important for Muslims, especially living in Toronto, to be more involved so that we can make a positive impact on the community here, and hopefully people would become more aware of issues of importance to us as we get more involved with issues that are important to people abroad.
في الحقيقة أول مرة أنا يعني أشاهد هذه الظاهرة.
المسلمين هنا لهم دور فعال وإيجابي، وساهموا كثيرا في بناء المجتمع الكندي، وكأن كندا هنا كانت بلد واحد، المسلمين وباقي الفئات جميعا لا يوجد أي تفرقة، وكأنك في بلدك سوريا.
اليوم كان كثير جو رائع، حسيت برمضان، بأجواء رمضان بسوريا، لأنه هون يعني نفتقد لجو رمضان ببلدنا، بس اليوم كان مشابه كثير لرمضان بسوريا وبلبنان.
You're celebrating your religion, your values, you're celebrating Ramadan, but you're giving us the gift of doing that with us here in a public space so that we can learn about it, and we will have a better city and a better community for that. So for that, I thank you.
Hey YouTube, we hope you benefited from this video. If you liked it, or if you didn't, let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more, check out some of our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.